Hey, what's up guys? It's Nadestorms, for those of you who know me. For those of you who don't, my name's Nadestorms. I hope you enjoy the video, and I hope it helps you. So anyway, this is my first episode in the installment of Arsenal Experimentation. This is basically a series where I'm going to be taking certain perks, attachments, guns, etc., putting them to the test, actually getting statistics about them on this drawing board, and figuring out what they really do, because the short descriptions and the vague statistic bars when you put them on are a little misleading at times, especially for things like FMJ and previous Call of Duties, where it shows that it increases damage, but truthfully it doesn't actually increase all around damage. So in this one, for the first one, I decided to do Muzzle Brake, which is a never before seen attachment, versus Foregrip. And basically just seeing how good Muzzle Brake is compared to how good Foregrip is on your accuracy, and which is truly worth it. Because if you think about it, you know, they can both be beneficial in their own ways. I mean, if you want long range, yeah, you got to think Muzzle Brake, but you also got to think, well, maybe I need Foregrip to actually be accurate enough to hit them. So basically, what I did in this one, I took the Remington R5, the SC 2010, I believe it is, and the MTAR X, and I took them and I tested them recoil-wise at 3 different levels: low, medium, high, and like ranges, excuse me, and also damage-wise: low, medium, and long range. So in doing this, I got some pretty interesting results, so I'm going to show you those now. Alrighty, so what you're looking at here, this is the Remington. On top is with Foregrip, and on the bottom is with Muzzle Brake. The left is short range, the middle is medium, and the right is long range. To be honest, there's really no noticeable difference. It's not really like Foregrip helps entirely a whole lot with the Remington, or that it doesn't a lot. I mean, it's just kind of not really, doesn't seem too necessary. I don't think it really helps either way. So, as far as that goes, I don't think Foregrip is worth it or necessary or really even does much as far as the Remington goes. Now what you see here is the SC 2010 at far range, on the left with Foregrip and on the right with Muzzle Brake. Here you start to see more noticeable differences. The SC is a fairly accurate gun. I do personally believe that overall it is the most accurate assault rifle. It's the very first one. But you kind of can see here that with the Muzzle Brake, it's a lot more scattered. Not very much, however, like Foregrip doesn't do very much at all. To be honest, but you do see a couple stray ones that are a little farther out than what just the Foregrip is with Muzzle Brake. Last but not least, we have the MTAR, and what you're seeing, the left is Foregrip and the right's Muzzle Brake, and the two different signs, the left sign, the darker one, is the low range, the short range, and the yellow sign, the no parking, was what I shot at for medium. Now, the basic conclusion I can get from this is that submachine guns with Foregrip, in its effective range, it will keep them grouped together. As you can see, even in the medium range where it seems like a little bit out of range, and keep in mind I was just holding the trigger, so you're not going to be necessarily doing that the entire time. And I wasn't trying to recoil or trying to rebound like from the recoil or like compensate for it at all. Like I was just plain holding the right trigger. So basically with Foregrip, in the effective range, it tries to clump it together, and even out of it you can see there's spurts on the left there of the clumped, and then it just starts going haywire here and there, which is just because it's out of range. And then on the right, if you look at both the short and the long, or short and the medium, it's just going all over the place all the time. Now that's so basically Foregrip, I want to say it does help submachine guns, but only to a certain point. After that point, it's not going to help. But you also got to think, with submachine guns, you're not going to be shooting at people across the across the whole map. So I definitely think Foregrip is a yes for submachine guns. And as far as assault rifles go, I don't really think it's that necessary. So after the accuracy testings, I tested the damage because the muzzle brake is supposed to add increased damage when the weapon's out of range. Now for the Remington, for the short range and medium range, it was the same bullets with foregrip and with muzzle. However, at long range, it took 4 bullets with foregrip and only 3 with muzzle brake. So it definitely was a big help there, with 25% quicker or 33%, whichever way you look at it. Now the SC, however, was pretty shocking. Short range, it took 3 bullets for both, but then medium range, it took 4 for the foregrip, 3 for the muzzle brake, but then at long range, it took 5 for each. So I feel that the muzzle brake on the SC isn't necessarily as important as the Remington, because with the Remington, it's a very powerful rifle, so the muzzle brake definitely uses more of an advantage when it's far range, rather than the SC, which is just a more accurate rifle that it's going to take a lot of bullets to kill regardless. And then the MTAR, I could not find the muzzle brake helping on it regardless. 3 for short range, 4 for medium, 4 for long, all across the board, whether it be foregrip or muzzle brake. So basically what I can draw from that is that submachine guns, muzzle brake's pointless. I mean, you're not going to even be at a range that it's going to affect it whatsoever. And even the long range I was testing at was decently long range. I mean, it was the whole way across the street on Warhawk, and that was submachine guns, and you're definitely not going to need anything out of that range. However, some certain subs it may help. Like I said, I only tested the MTAR, which is a very far range sub as it is. So something like the the PB Bison or the Vector, the muzzle brake might help for it. But as it stands, definitely on the more powerful rifles, muzzle brake is definitely seems to be very helpful. So basically just some final points that I can make that I got from my analysis here. Basically, the muzzle brake, not really so useful on submachine guns. The foregrip, not so much useful on the less accurate assault rifles, which is kind of odd. You would think the opposite. However, they're so sort of inaccurate and bobbing around that any sort of help of that isn't enough to negate the fact that they move around so much. But on those, muzzle brake helps a lot. But the more accurate rifles, muzzle brake doesn't do so much. However, the foregrip seems to group it better and so forth. So basically on the assault rifles, what I would recommend, if you have a more accurate assault rifle, throw on foregrip and it'll keep it accurate. However, if you have a more powerful assault rifle like the Remington, toss muzzle brake on it and you'll be good to go. It'll take less bullets, far range, and foregrip's not going to help you as much as muzzle brake will. Now, if you have a submachine gun, my diagnosis would be to either use both or use neither. Using them in a combination would help a lot. I mean, there's not really so much you want to use on your submachine guns. However, you could always use neither and run, silencer, extended mag, something like that. So that's basically it. It took me a long time to put all this together and everything. So if you could please leave a like, that would be awesome. For me to do another one of these, it's definitely going to take some motivation, which would be some likes and some views and comments. I always love hearing what you guys say. So thanks for watching. Subscribe if you aren't already. I'll definitely be making more of these, and have a nice day. See ya.